Hi, welcome to 2022's New Visions, New Voices, presented by the Division of Theater at SMU and Theater East. Tonight, we're presenting two original works by student playwrights in reading form, Midnight Tales by Crislyn Fayson, and King of the Wild Frontier by Dalton Glenn. Our directors are Vickie Washington, a theater artist and educator working everywhere and with everyone in Dallas, and Judson Jones, the artistic director of Theater East in New York City. Hey, everyone, welcome to our show, and turning it over to Judson.
Hello, I'm Judson Jones, artistic director of Theater East here in New York City. While both SMU and Theater East are back to producing in person, I'm so thankful that we can use this technology to bridge the geographic divide and create an actual pipeline between Dallas and New York City out of a virtual one. I'm so thankful for all the souls involved, thankful to Gretchen Smith, Bernard Cummings for forging this partnership, thankful for you for being here tonight and being a part of this glorious process. The chat is turned off right now during the performance, but there will be time during intermission and at the end where you can leave a comment, and we encourage you to do so. But for now, just sit back and enjoy New Visions, New Voices 2022. Thank you.
Midnight Tales, a collection of Black stories by Crislyn Fayson. Tale number 1, Two Worlds, the ensemble. Woman, a strong and triumphant woman. The dirt lives up under her feet. Her voice ebbs and flows. When she speaks, her voice speaks to you. Little Krista, 6 or 7 years old, curious, joyful, new to life. Krista's mirror, 6 or 7, a subject of Krista's stories. Krista, 11 years old, confused but joyful. Girl, Autumn, Lauren, and Crystal, 11 years old, they are subjects of Krista's stories. Boy, also Paul, also Jordan, a Black boy who transforms into different characters. Boy is 6, Paul and Jordan are 12 years old. Miss Janice in her 50s and she don't play. She loves the Lord and to curse. Leah, Morgan, and Jalen, 12-year-old girls in Krista's Sunday school. Erica, a bright ray of sunlight. She's decisive and her voice carries in a room. Kendall, sweet face, aggressive soul. She learned the hard way. Therefore, everybody else should. Doubt, Krista's worst nightmare. It cripples you. It makes you question everything. Focused, manipulative, and deafening. Two worlds. The beginning. A Black woman stands at a mic. Her eyes focused and ready. If eyes could direct the sun to come up and down, they would. She looks out onto the audience, a smooth drum and horn play under her as she places her hand on the mic.
Two worlds. You are about to see two worlds. One that goes by the name of church and the other that goes by the name of dirt. There's light in both of these places. There is darkness too. I hope you find your way through the maze that puzzles you. I am trying to. Two worlds. One of God and love, the other darkness and shame. The one that is made of God and love also has caused me pain, anger, fear, rage. The dirt is where the seed was planted that I had no choice in growing. God holds the scissors. I stare at his hand, puzzled, confuzzled, wanting him to erase and reprimand every pain that lives in my dirt. Don't you wish there was a sea that could wash away the weeds, the bad parts, the sick ones that only a close few know about? But do they really know about? We'll never know. We're still trying not to know ourselves. But there are many shelves of books that talk about pain. This is not that story. This is a story where good and bad coexist, where God and questions live together, where love is defined by the Creator and tested by the world, where clarity becomes complex and simple, where life is lived. Two worlds. Let's begin.
The woman sees her life flash before her eyes. The spotlight on the woman fades to black, and all that is left to see is the little Black girl. Little Krista sits innocently, so sweet. She looks out on the audience and speaks.
Hi, I am Krista. I am 6 or 7, who knows? I can't recall exactly when, but I know I love my friends. I have this one friend named Autumn.
Autumn enters, her arms crossed over her chest with her hips sticking out.
Who makes us write in this journal every day because she says we have to. It gets on my nerves. Me, Lauren, and Crystal writing it.
Lauren and Crystal sit beside little Krista.
Even though sometimes you feel like she's controlling you, she's still my best friend. Daily, Autumn will choose who's the best friend she has. If you're the bestest friend she has, you get to play with her. If you're not, you don't. I've been in both places. Let's go.
Crystal and Lauren follow behind Autumn and exit.
Oh my gosh. I have to tell you guys a story.
Boy and Krista's mirror enter. Boy looks around confidently, his charm spilling into the room. Krista Mirror stands on the opposite side of the stage, avoiding eye contact with him.
One day for recess, we had a race and everyone had to pick a partner. When I was in the second grade, I had to race against this boy. He was the cutest and fastest boy in the entire grade. I knew I couldn't beat him, and he was too shy to ask anyone else to race with me. So I stood there hoping whoever was left, I would race against them. I succeeded in waiting, but the partner I ended up with is...
Jason White.
Hey, I guess we're partners then.
Yep, this should be easy.
I gulped and stood at the pole.
Krista's mirror and boy line up beside each other.
I said a quick prayer, and right when the whistle blew, I ran as fast as I could.
Krista's mirror and boy runs in slow motion. Boy is ahead of her, like really ahead of her. He slows down for her, mockingly.
Did I mention we had to run to the other pole and back? Jason was already headed to the finish line by the time I made it to the other side. His team gave him high fives and cheered him on. I continued to run, not giving up, although my heart was heavy in my chest, like a bowling ball in a small hand. I was embarrassed. I made it to the pole when my dumb shoelace untied and I fell face first into the dirt.
Boy and Krista's mirror exit.
I lost my train of thought. I'm supposed to be telling you guys about the dirt.
Girl enters facing little Krista.
I was touched when I was about that age. A better word for it is petted. It means the same thing. They're all the same. It wasn't by a family member or a man, but by a little girl my age. She didn't know what she was doing.
I didn't know what I was doing.
I just knew it felt.
We just knew it felt
good. It wasn't a good you told anyone about, but a good you hid at sleepovers or did up under the covers with your friends, cousins, or sisters. I didn't know it was the dirt then until it started to reach other parts of my life. The scoop of dirt in the beginning of the puzzle, that is me. But before we get too deep, I wanted you to meet my other world, and that is...
He's an on-time God, yes he is. Oh, on-time God, yes he is.
Gospel music fills the space. The entire cast enter in choir robes, clapping and swaying in sync. The gospel music cuts off, and all of them become their middle school going, pimple having, trying to understand life, their body, God, and everything else in between selves.
You understand what Pastor was saying today?
Yeah, he was talking about how God is the only one we can trust in hard times. He's the only one who completely gets it other than us.
How does that make sense though? God ain't never talked to me. I pray to him at night, but I don't hear him say nothing back. How can he understand me if he don't talk back to me?
God doesn't only communicate with his voice, he communicates with his actions too. He hears you, Paul.
Yeah. I want to hear from him.
Hey, what you saying, Krista?
Did y'all see Stefan today?
Yeah? Why?
Girl, that boy is bad. Like he puts the B in bad.
So what? He's cute, and he's the only cute one here.
Hey!
Sorry, Paul, you like a brother to me. And you, Jalen, brother, I don't want to marry to y'all family.
Girl, Stefan be stealing food out of the kitchen while we in Sunday school. You sure you want him?
He a little bad boy, but God can fix that. I don't mind it.
You're a mess.
Y'all, let's get our Sunday school books. Miss Janice will be here any second.
Let's see how long she'll be. Y'all know all the mamas be talking to each other after church.
Miss Janice enters with a plate of food in her hand. Her hair is cut short and dyed blonde. She walks slew-footed with thigh-high boots under her long dress. She's a big, curvy woman.
They be taking too dang long.
Well, since I talk so damn much, Paul, why don't you go ahead and open up your book to page 7? Because that's where we'll be finding our reading today. And since I can't take too long, I think you should be the first one to read the passage for today. And while you're at it, go ahead and lead us in prayer. Because my throat is so tired from talking so dang much that your little butt can't sit for more than 5 minutes without complaining when something doesn't go your way. We talked about patience last week. That is a fruit of the what?
Spirit.
A fruit of the Spirit. But you won't let nothing get past your own understanding with that thick skull of yours. So, I'ma sit here with my eyes closed, because I'm still talking, ain't I? Go ahead and pray.
I'm sorry, Miss Janice.
You talking to God, not to me.
Father God, thank you for this day, and thank you for waking us up this morning. I pray right now in the name of Jesus that everyone here has a good day in Sunday school, and that your word will be clear to our minds and hearts. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Now, let's get started, shall we?
This was church for me. True friends, true fun, true family. Y'all ain't heard the last of Paul yet. That was a calm day for him. And Miss Janice, I wish I could hold on to the moment forever and watch it when I need it in the palm of my hand. But God didn't make time that way. We talked about the fruits of the Spirit again that day with an emphasis on patience. Patience. I'm hoping spelling it will help me retain it more. I like to think that I'm patient, but I don't know how patient I can be. The dirt, I feel it. I feel it crawling up my neck, choking me. Holding it in isn't easy. No one knows, only God and me. I didn't realize the severity of the dirt until middle school. Apparently, everything starts in middle school. Puberty, hormones, boyfriends, friend zones. But for me, a friendship came. Right before the pain rained down on my brain.
Erica enters, tall, slender, a strength, and joy you recognize from across the room. Things are easy with these two.
I made my first true best friend in middle school. Her name is
Erica. Well, what's yours?
Krista. Are you in the academy?
Yes, I'm here for voice. I want to be a singer. Are you?
Yes, theater. I want to be an actress.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. I love plays. My favorite is Medea's Big Happy Family.
What? I love that play. My favorite part is when Aunt Bam says, Shirley, it's about time you got a man. And Shirley says, I got a man. His name is Jesus. And I love him. That is my favorite part.
Me too.
Have Have you always had your hair flat iron?
Yeah, I get perms like every 6 months.
It's cute.
Thank you. Have you always had your hair natural?
No, I was the experiment child. My mama put a perm in my head when I was 4 and all my hair fell out. So now I'm natural.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I hate getting my hair straightened. Being natural is the best. My mama does my hair.
My mama does my hair too. I wonder if I'll go natural one day.
It's worth it.
Is that your mama over there?
Yes.
She's pretty. Oh, our mamas are talking to each other.
Girl, my mama loves to meet the teachers on the first day.
My mama does too. They always say, we need to make sure everything's all right. Are you nervous?
A little bit. The school is big, and I've never gone through metal detectors to get into school before.
I had metal detectors at my elementary school.
Dang, what were the second graders bringing in your school?
Girl, just know we had a rule that everyone had to carry clear book bags.
It's time for class.
You want to sit next to each other?
Yeah.
Blackout.
I can breathe. In this moment, I can breathe. Moments like this I hold on to because some people don't understand what you're going through.
Kendall, an innocent face with an aggressive heart, saunters in. Jordan walks behind her. He's attractive and toxic. He checks Kendall out from behind. Both their eyes land on Krista. They laugh.
There's pebbles in the dirt, not seeds, but there are pebbles in the dirt. The small bits of earth that make life just a little harder. You step on one and shoot, or the other word flies out of your mouth from the pain. It sucks being in middle school. That I was walking barefoot in the dirt. Didn't quite know how to protect myself then. These people are my theater class and are my so-called...
And look at your hair. Damn, your hair feels like carpet.
Thank you.
Can you comb it out?
Yes, it takes a while sometimes, but...
I can tell. Why don't you flat iron it?
I don't like to.
Why?
I don't think it looks cute flat iron.
You think this hairstyle is cute?
Yes.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Yeah? How come?
I'm not interested right now. I'm just trying to go to school.
Oh, I see.
What?
You like girls.
What? No, I don't. Why would you say that?
Hey, come on, Kendall, chill.
You defending her?
Nah, I just feel sorry for her. Sorry for her. Nah, I just feel sorry for her.
No.
Sorry for her. 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 I just feel sorry for her.
They exit. Krista paces. Doubt enters, mimicking Krista. Doubt paces. Krista talks to herself.
I am a woman, even if man is not in pursuit of me. I am a woman, even if man is not in pursuit of me. I am a woman, even if man is not in pursuit of me. Right? Right.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If I don't have a boyfriend right now, it means I'm not ready for one yet.
Said that.
God did. God says, and I am faithful. I will not test you beyond your ability. 1 Corinthians 10:13.
Then why would he let Kendall ask that question?
Well, because
Grade is Kendall in?
6th grade.
Aren't you in the 6th grade?
Yeah, I am.
So God gave her one, but not you.
Yes, but
Why would God do that?
I guess she's ready.
Kendall, ready? I doubt it. You follow Jesus. Why wouldn't he give you that?
I'm not talking to you anymore. Lord, I need you.
Why isn't God giving you a boyfriend?
These thoughts keep invading my mind.
Is it your body?
And they're not true.
Kendall's body is better than yours. She has boobs. Her stomach is flat.
Help me to stay confident in who I say I am.
Why were you looking at Kendall's boobs anyway?
I wasn't.
You noticed them.
She's curvy.
Curvy. Sexy curvy.
That's not what. Just because
What if you like her?
I don't.
Do you want to?
No.
Why are you screaming?
Shut up. Shut up. I wish these thoughts would get out of my brain.
Doubt and Krista fall.
I am who God says I am.
Then why would he let you feel this way?
Doubt gets up and stands in front of her. Krista stares. The dirt coats her throat.
Why do I? Why do I feel this way?
Blackout. End of play.
Tale number 2. No! A Black comedy. Characters. Denise, 20. A young Black girl who likes to twirl for a living. Heaven, 19. A give it to you straight kind of chick who likes to make flicks. Chris, 20. He's smooth, but doesn't know how to move his emotions. Two bathroom stalls with the doors shut stand in the middle of the stage. The first stall has ballet flats nervously shifting back and forth under the door. Denise's leotard and underwear rests on her ankles. She holds her phone in her hand, sitting on the toilet. The second stall shows a nice pair of J's facing forward. Heaven sits on the toilet using the restroom. Heaven tinkles.
Why? I can't believe that he said that. Why the heck would he even reply like that? Like, what? Why, sir? Why? What does he even expect me to say to that? Heaven, do you hear me? Heaven!
Yes, I hear you. Goodness, with your loud mouth. I'm trying to focus. Shut up.
No, you shut up. I'm the one having a midlife crisis.
Y'all ain't even fucked yet. Calm down.
Pull up. That's all he had to say. Pull up.
He wants you to come over.
I need more than that.
Girl, you better catch that roll. That's the only toilet tissue we got.
Oh, no. No.
Denise grabs for it, but it's too late. It's all over the floor.
Shit, you need to calm your ass down, okay? This boy just wants to see you in person, and you over there throwing a fit. Now all the damn toilet tissue is dirty.
Heaven stretches her hand up from underneath the stall, straining to reach the tissue.
He needs to tell me how he feels. I don't even know what he thinks about me. I'm not about to be in the dark. I don't play them games.
Can you help me get this toilet tissue?
Yeah, hold on.
Denise reaches her hand out from up under her stall. She can't reach it either.
Shoot.
Look, if we can't wipe our asses because of this damn boy, I'm gonna get up off this toilet and strangle him myself.
Oh my God. It's him. What do I say? Should I pick up the phone? I'm gonna pick up the phone. Chris? Hey! Hey. What am I doing? Oh, nothing. I'm just...
Heaven turns her feet, trying to kick Denise.
Stop! Stop it! Oh no, Chris, don't stop. Oh my God, that came out wrong. Keep going. Please just continue what you were saying.
Y'all nasty as hell.
Uh-huh. Well, if I do come over, and that's only if I do, I would need a ride to your place.
Hell no, Denise. Denise, where is he gonna pick you up from? We still gotta wipe our asses. If this boy is coming
Pick me up from the school. Yeah, I'm at the school right now. No. That's just Heaven talking. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.
Denise's feet swing up under the stall. She begins to hum a light tune.
Denise. I got one question for you.
What?
Are you doing number 1 or number 2?
2?
Thought so. Your shit stinks.
So does yours.
Why the hell is this boy coming to the school when we both funked up our
You
stall?
said he wants me to come over.
And we ain't got no toilet tissue. So you solve this puzzle for me, Denise.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'll just have him do it.
Have him do what?
Come bring us toilet tissue?
Denise starts texting. Heaven flushes her toilet, stands up, and her stall busts wide open. She sways side to side, holding her jeans loosely over herself as she waddles to grab some toilet tissue.
What the heck are you doing, Heaven? Someone could see you.
And let him see me.
Heaven waddles back to her stall and shuts the door behind her. She sits back on the toilet.
That's dirty toilet tissue.
I do not care. My booty is starting to itch. Here.
Heaven reaches under Denise's stall to give her some toilet tissue.
Thank you.
You must really like him. I wish I would let a boy smell what my number 2 smell like.
He's not like that, though.
Oh, he that husband type?
Mm-hmm.
So why are you getting all upset?
He does all the things that shows that he cares, but he cannot say them. Like, his brain just doesn't work that way.
So what do he be doing then? Because you love affirmation.
He drops me off breakfast sometimes for my 8 a.m.s when he knows I've been busy. He plans random dates for us on the weekends and lets me eat whatever till my tummy can't take no more. He holds my hand when I get nervous and makes me feel at peace. Also, he gives the best and most amazing hugs. I just want to stay in his arms all day long.
Oh, girl, he loves you.
Stop. He must not if he doesn't say it.
Denise stands up, pulling her clothes on, and flushes the toilet. She opens her stall. Heaven does the same.
Some people don't know how to express their emotions with words, Denise.
Well, I don't need him to. He does all the things, but he never tells me how he feels.
D.
Chris stands at the door in sweats and a t-shirt. Denise jumps and hides behind Heaven.
I brought you Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ooh, we love a man with taste. Please keep my ass clean.
Shut up. What do I say?
She's in here, Chris. It's just us.
Chris cracks the door open and peers in. He comes into the bathroom holding the door with his foot.
Hey, D, why you got your clothes on? Did you wipe?
Yes, I wiped. Heaven took us one for the team and got us some toilet tissue.
Yeah.
Oh, so Heaven, you really are a G.
You told him I was a G?
Yes.
So, Chris, what y'all gonna do tonight?
I'm thinking of movie and some of her favorite sweet and salty popcorn.
You found it?
Yeah.
You're so sweet.
All right, I'm about to leave. I don't need to see none of this.
Bye, girl. Love you.
Bye. Love your crazy ass too.
You ready to go?
For sure. Did you wash your hands?
Oh, shoot. No.
You nasty as hell. Who would have thought I picked a nasty girlfriend?
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Aww.
Come on, I got hand sanitizer in the car.
Blackout. End of play.
Tale number 3, Faith Black. Characters. Faith, a 17-year-old Black girl who just wants to make people happy and be happy. Black woman, who is also mama. A rock, she loves the Lord and likes things in order. Black lady, who is also auntie, the fun auntie. Black girl, who is also hope. 15 years old, she speaks her mind and knows who she is. Father, he'd lay back and watch TV all day if he could, but he loves his family and he loves his wife. He's warm and funny. Friend, she's 16 years old with young eyes and an unfiltered mouth. And then there's me, Bestie, 17 years old. She's smart and honest, really pretty.
I want you to know that there is nothing that is happening in your life that is designed to take you out. That thing is designed to birth the best version of you. My girl, my sister, you are the woman for the job.
The stage is black, and so is everyone else. The sound of a tape begins to roll. Sarah Jakes Roberts' voice booms from the speakers. She is preaching her sermon on women. As her sermon continues, a warm glow begins to fill the room, moment by moment. By the end of her sermon, we see 4 Black women on the stage looking directly into the audience. Each one holds their own space, their own dreams, their own life.
Black women are the best thing created on the freaking planet.
Period.
I know that's right.
Queens.
Baddies.
Art.
We are Black women.
Phenomenally.
Come on, Maya Angelou.
Black women are...
Black women are...
beautifully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
With purpose.
Grace.
Boldness.
Space.
Attitude.
Strength.
Faith.
Black woman shifts to Mama, and Faith steps forward. Faith looks at Mama.
Faith, you better go ahead and introduce yourself so we can get this show on the road.
Faith walks up to the middle of the stage. The other Black women surround her.
Hi, I'm Faith Black. What else should I say?
Girl, as much as you be yapping them guns, talking about what should I say?
I'll go. My name is Hope, and I ain't afraid of nobody. See? It's not that hard.
Joel ain't. And it's not supposed to be hard. Hi, everybody. I'm Mama.
And I'm Amy, the favorite of the family. Don't get it twisted.
See, Faith? It's easy. Just tell them who you are.
Blackout. Scene 1, the fitting, a living room, Monday. It's the morning time. It smells of warm vanilla candles and traces of turkey bacon. Father sits in a chair at the center of the room watching the news. I Just Want to Praise You by Marette Brown Clark plays lightly. Mama rushes around the house looking for Hope's shoes. She checks under the couch.
I told you to wait to get her them shoes.
I don't want to hear right now.
Did you check under the couch?
Yes, they're not there.
Oh.
Yes.
Hope and Faith sit at the stairs watching their parents like they're at a tennis match. They are dressed in uniforms.
I don't understand why Dad won't be quiet when Mama gets like this.
Where are your new tennis shoes your mama got you?
I don't know.
Daddy knows Mommy can only focus on one thing at a time.
I hate those shoes.
Always do that.
Can you help me, baby?
Father lifts his feet jokingly and looks at Mama. She exhales in frustration.
You know what? That's it. That's it.
Oh,
Mama
baby.
exits.
Baby. I was just playing.
Father
Baby.
snickers, gets back comfortable in his chair, and continues to watch TV.
Daddy is frustrating.
Mama just doesn't know how to stay calm.
No, Daddy doesn't know how to listen.
Mama enters.
Where are they? Where are they? Hope, come here.
Why do you hate them so much?
They're not my style.
I like them. I think they're cute.
You think everything Mama thinks is cute is cute.
That's mean.
It's true. Plus, I don't want to look like you. I'm me. We already going to the same school.
Hope.
Yes, Mama, yes.
The gospel music halts.
Hope.
Are you talking to?
I'm sorry, Mama. I was just talking to Faith and I couldn't really hear you.
Hope.
You couldn't hear me? I yelled your name more than once and you couldn't hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are your shoes, Hope?
I don't know. But Mama, it's okay because Daddy got me some new forces yesterday.
She really wanted them, baby.
Okay. Everyone get into the car.
Hope exits.
I got your purse, Mama.
I don't want to hear nothing out of nobody else's mouth.
Mama exits. Car door slam.
I can't wait to go to my first class. Look at the fit, Faith.
Hope does a twirl and gets in the car. Faith stands frustrated.
Bye, Dad. Love you.
Love you too, baby.
Faith gets in the car.
Everybody buckled up? Good.
Why didn't you just wear the shoes Mama got you? Now she's all upset.
I don't want to look like I ain't got no fashion sense.
But Mama got them for you.
You need to calm down because I don't feel bad for telling Mama no. I'm happy with what I'm wearing to school today. Are you?
Don't backtalk Mama.
Every praise is to our God.
Wow. Wow.
Blackout.
Scene 2. Innocent conversations. A lunch table. Outside. It's a warm day. Chatter and laughs are heard all around. Faith and Bestie sit across from Fran. Faith takes a bite into her sandwich.
Y'all masturbate.
What?
Why do you ask?
Because I'm horny. More horny now than I was in middle school. I think my body's changing.
I have before.
Faith.
I don't want to talk about this.
Ain't no shame in it. Our bodies need to be satisfied in that way. And we all ain't got no boo thing. So.
Correction. I do.
What? Ooh,
What?
girl, have y'all started?
When?
Since this summer. He's so funny and he really gets me, you know? He's like my best friend.
Ooh, girl. So y'all be making love then.
Don't you think
it's a little early to say he's
No,
your best friend?
no, he's my best friend and I'm his too.
Ooh, he hitting it right.
He ain't hitting nothing yet. I'm trying to wait till marriage. But it's hard, y'all. Oh my gosh, like hard.
Girl, the Lord forgives us of all our sins. He know when we be feeling a little tingling. Ain't no shame in it.
I think it's good that you're resisting the temptation too, bestie. The Lord also says that they should both wait until marriage. Also, how do you know that you guys are going to stay together? You never know.
Well, we will stay together. I have no doubt. He's giving the one kind of energy.
So does he want to wait?
He's waiting because I'm waiting. Isn't that so sweet?
Sexy, so sexy. Faith, do you want to have sex? You always get so quiet when we talk about this stuff.
Look at the time. I gotta go.
She's so scary.
Wait up, Faith.
Yes,
You okay?
of course I'm okay. I'm happy for you. I can't believe it. All this happened over the course of one summer.
I know, right?
You could have called and talked to me about him, you know.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. We both hadn't been in relationships before, and I know how much you want to be in one. It didn't feel right.
So that doesn't mean to
A phone rings. You are my high.
Sorry, it's him. Okay? I'll see you after class.
Blackout. Scene 3. Purposed rides. Faith sits outside the school building, her backpack by her knees. A car honk is heard. Faith gets in the car. R&B music lightly plays from the speakers.
Hey, Faith. Hey, Faith.
Mama's speaking to you.
Hey, Faye.
Yes,
How was school today?
fine. Whose music is this?
Mine.
Did you see Bestie?
Yeah.
What's she doing? We didn't see much of her this summer.
Can I just spend my life with you?
She's doing really well. She has a boyfriend now.
What? Oh, is he cute?
He better be.
I haven't seen him.
Well, that's nice. Me and your daddy both started dating in high school. I'm glad she's found somebody.
So that means I need to find me a boyfriend in high school.
No, it doesn't. You will find one when he comes.
Sound like an old woman, Faith.
Calm down, sister. Dang, I want to know what it's like today before college. I can't be too old. I mean, that's embarrassing if you haven't dated before you go to college.
Don't say that, Hope. It's not embarrassing. Are there any cute guys at your school, Faith?
I don't know. None of them really look at me in that way, I guess.
That's because of them shoes you got on.
Be quiet.
He'll come, baby. He will.
I'm not really focused on that anyway.
I'm not really focused on that anyway.
Good. Don't be. Focusing on boys doesn't take you anywhere in life.
Do you want a boyfriend, Faith?
Yes.
Then you need to start looking around. What about that boy across the street?
Johnny?
Yeah.
Anybody but him for my baby. The boy don't know who he is. He just follows whoever stands in front of him. You gotta know who you are. That's when you'll start seeing people, and people will start seeing you.
Who are you, Mama?
I'm your mama. I am a woman who loves the Lord, herself, and her family, and nobody can take that away from me.
Who are you, Annie?
Finest woman to walk these streets. I love myself and I love to eat. Ha! Oh, and I'm y'all Annie.
I want to be like you when I grow up, Annie.
Be like your mama. She got Jesus.
Don't worry, Faith. It's all in God's good timing. He'll give you somebody.
I won't.
Comfortable silence rests in the car. Lights slowly fall to dim. A faint sound of Sarah Jakes Roberts saying "woman" is heard.
Scene 4, the talk, dinner. A nice evening. Mama smiles watching everyone dig into their food. Hope's fork is scraping her plate. Faith eats neatly.
We met in high school. Your father was a businessman. He wore a suit every day to class. A lot of our classmates thought he was the weird guy. I mean, who has that many suits to be dressing like that every day?
Dad does.
He did, and I found it cute.
She sure did. We caught eyes one day in class. I walked in and she was sitting in her chair all studious, focused on the chalkboard. She looked up at me and I smiled at her, finding my seat. She then proceeded to look back at me to make sure what she saw was real.
No, I didn't. Stop it. Girls, your daddy is adding stuff to the story. I looked back to see what time it was. Anyways, after that, we would help each other out with homework in class. And he liked to dance, so we go to these dance parties in town. And he teach me the newest dance move. He taught me how to juke.
She was all over me after that.
I don't know why.
Right. Ain't nothing cute about that.
Be quiet, girls.
We became soulmates.
He became my best friend.
She is my best friend to this very day.
There were ups and downs.
Yeah, but we compromised. That's the word y'all mama loved to say at the time. Compromised. She was always coming home with a new word.
But we learned how. Y'all know y'all daddy head ain't built like that for no reason. It's big and hard. He is hard-headed.
Ooh.
Be quiet, Hope. You got my forehead with your laughing tail. You always think something funny.
Because it is. Your forehead is big, Daddy.
So, babe, the girls and I talked about relationships in the car.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted the girls to hear from you as a man how we started to like each other.
Y'all better not have no boyfriends.
I don't.
I ain't got one.
But Faith's best friend has one. And Faith has noticed how her relationship with her best friend is changing.
Oh, yeah. I had to tell my boys I was in a relationship and they knew that things was going to be different. I had to stop saving for suits and start saving for flowers.
I made sure to try to spend time with my girlfriends and your father at the same time, but it wasn't easy, and sometimes one person gets left out.
But Mama, Bestie and I made a promise that when we started dating, we would tell each other everything and not fall off the face of the earth. She didn't do either of those things.
Talk to her.
She shouldn't have made a promise.
But she did.
Like Mom said, talk to her. She'll come around. That's your best friend. No boy's getting in the way of that.
I know, but
you won't. And y'all have known each other too long to believe she would fall off the face of the earth for a guy.
He's not just a guy, Mom. He's her best friend.
Oh, you're being replaced.
Oh, baby.
Y'all don't need to be having no boyfriends at this age, no way. A boy usually only wants one thing at that age.
Sex.
Right. And that ain't the time to be having it. It ain't nothing to play with.
Did you and Mama wait to have sex until marriage?
They had us when they were married, so duh, Faith, of course they did.
No, baby. We did have sex before we had y'all.
But not before y'all were married.
Yes, we did, Hope.
Ooh. What?
Oh, no.
Who are you guys? Are y'all still my parents? Oh my gosh, the lights are getting really bright in here. Breathe, Hope. Breathe. Jesus, I think I need a moment.
Hope Leslie.
Well, Bestie and him aren't having sex. Her and I decided we would wait until marriage.
That's good, baby.
God designed sex to bring a wife and her husband together as one. Your dad and I didn't wait, and we went through some things because of it. I got pregnant. Your daddy loved it. I was a 20-year-old trying to be an adult, and we had to make some hard decisions. We want you guys to be better than what we were. And you and Bestie making that promise to yourself and God is a step in the right direction. Go talk to her, Faith, and be honest. She's your best friend for a reason.
Okay, Mama, I will.
Deep breaths, Hope. Deep breaths.
Fade to black, end of play.
Prologue, the pre-show. Lights up while the crew members are setting up for the performance. An ASM brings on the bush, fiddles with a few of the branches, then gives a thumbs up to the stage manager. Mythos walks center stage. A spotlight comes up on them. Mythos should be dressed constantly modern.
Welcome, everyone, to Tennessee in the year 1798. A newborn country coming recently from winning a war for independence and a boy born just after the war's end. Many of you know this boy, but not many of you know his story. So now I present to you the story of Davy Crockett.
Thunderous applause. Lights down. Scene 1. Kiltim a Bear. David Crockett, age 12, runs on stage drenched in rain. He hides in a bush, gasping for breath, trying to steady it as quietly as he can. The sound of a long switch being swung through the air comes from off stage, along with footsteps squelching through the mud.
Where in the hell are you, boy? Get your ass over to that school now.
John comes on stage, also drenched in rain. Furious. He is slurring his words, stumbling, drunk. He carries a switch made of hickory, which he swings through the air as quickly enough to make a snapping sound.
Do you think I'm joking around, son? When I find you, you won't be sitting for weeks. David, damn it, son. David, being afraid of some little cowpie excuse of a boy ain't an excuse for this. For disobeying your schoolmaster, disobeying your father.
John swings toward the bush David is hiding in. David crouches back but does not alert John to his position.
I don't care that you beat the boy up. Hell, son, I'm proud of you. Standing up for yourself to some old bully. But damn it, I told you that you had to go to school. And you know I ain't want to be disobeyed. I'm fixing to leave you out here. If and I do, don't you dare come back. No son of mine hides like a woman. Come on out here and take your punishment like a man, David.
John takes a few more swings and exits. David waits for a few seconds until he can no longer hear John's footsteps and crawls out from the bushes.
I gotta find a way to leave here.
David stands up and tries to brush some of the mud off of his clothes, only to smear it all over himself and his hands.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Addison, can I get some lights?
Work lights come on.
Yeah, can someone grab John for me?
Who are you?
Come on, I need John. Where is he?
No, please, don't bring him back out here. I finally got away, please.
Calm down, it's gonna be different.
John enters, dressed like an actor who has taken off part of his costume backstage, an undershirt, an obvious mic belt.
Yeah, what's up, boss?
We're gonna change it up a little bit. Be nicer, more caring. Your son is the most incredible man in the world to you.
Got it. You want me back in costume?
Nah, stay like that. It'll be short, then I won't need you again. Also, I think we're gonna take John and David younger.
Gotcha.
Please, please don't hit me.
What? Kid, this scene isn't going on. You can drop it.
I don't understand.
All right, he's not getting it. Addison, can you send over the stand-in?
The king enters, dressed in the typical king of the wild frontier garb.
Oh, great. All right, David, watch this. We'll put you in your own place later.
Someone please tell me what's going on.
Just come stand over by me and pay attention.
Work lights go down. Mythos and David stand off to the side, in the dark but still partially visible. Lights up on one side of the stage, bright, cheerful lighting. The king, age 3, walks across the stage, clearly still learning how his body works, how to move effectively. He carries a much too large musket for his age, with ease, and moves silently. He crouches behind a bush, poking the muzzle of his gun out towards the dark side of the stage. He breathes slowly, steadily. A bear growls from the darkness. The king pulls the trigger. Bang! The growl stops. The king waits a few seconds. Everything is still silent.
Yee-haw! Did you see that one, Pa? I did it. I took down a bear. I can't believe myself.
Bah, Thunder Davy, you did, didn't you? Good Lord Almighty in heaven, my boy's a hunter already.
I took it down, Pa. I took it down with one bullet. Bam, straight through the eye, all by myself. Didn't even need your help.
Now, don't you get too cocky, boy. You may not need my help to take one of them down, but how in the hell are you expecting to get it back?
Why, that's my job, Pa. I did my part already.
All right, all right. Help me string him up. Davy, listen to me, son. Now, don't go expecting me to get all emotional on ya, but I'm proud of you, boy. Damn proud. You're gonna be a good man and one hell of a hunter. Couldn't be prouder of you, son. Now, why don't we get this back to Ma and clean him up so she can make us one of those bear steaks you like so much?
Thank you, Pa. I want to make you proud.
Oh, you do, my boy, every day.
The king and John pick up the pole. Work lights come back up.
There, you see, isn't that better? No abuse, no dreary rain, no wagoneering or wherever the hell he was about to go. Just good old-fashioned father-son bonding.
No, I never did that. Pa and I never went hunting for bears. We only had some small game.
Oh, come on, buddy. Doesn't have to be realistic. I'm just trying to make you look good, that's all.
I don't understand. Please tell me who you are and what you're doing. I need to get going.
No, you're not going anywhere anymore. You're staying here.
I can't stay here. Not when my pa threatened me like that. I need to save my skin.
Your dad won't hurt you. Now, Addison, can I get the stage set up for the wagons? We're probably going to have some changes for continuity's sake, but we might as well run it to see what we have.
David follows Mythos off stage. Blackout. Scene 2. Davy Crockett. Lights come up on Henry sitting on the back of his wagon, whittling a piece of wood with a knife. David enters, drenched in sweat, filthy. He has just run a long distance. He attempts to run by.
Whoa there, son. Where are you going in such a hurry?
Well, you see, sir, I'm going to Providence.
Providence? Well, shoot, I'm going to Providence too. Where's your family? Where'd you call home?
I don't have a home anymore. I prefer not to talk about it if you don't mind. I would just like to go on my own way. I don't reckon you'd be willing to help a boy with no money anyhow.
Damn it, son. Will you stop being so defeated? If you can't tell, I'm in no hurry. I can tell you're exhausted. Have a seat, and we'll at least ride part of the way to Providence together.
Sir? You really be willing to help? Why, thank you, sir.
Come on now. Call me Henry. Henry Myers.
Well, nice to meet you, Mr. Myers. My name is David.
Mr. Myers is my father, David. Call me Henry.
Henry hops down off the back of the wagon and goes to the front seat. He extends a hand and helps David up.
Well, it seems we have a ways to go together, so I suppose you deserve an explanation for why I'm out here in this state of disrepair.
I'm not one to pry.
Well, it's no problem. I got no secrets. To make a very long story short, I had a disagreement with my father. He told me never to come back, so I'm not planning to. I took up lodging with an old wagoner who gave me some work and money up till recently. I met a nice old boat captain who offered me a trip up to London. Can you believe that?
London? Huh, well, shoot, why didn't you take it?
This wagoner, he threatened me. I was his heavy lifter, and he didn't want me to go. Told me he'd hurt me if I left. He still has all my money.
Henry stops the wagon.
What? Your money? How much?
Well, only about $7. Truly, not all too much. I've already accepted the loss. I'll find other ways to make money in Providence.
You may have accepted it, but I sure as hell haven't. We're going back.
Henry begins to turn the wagon around. David is getting anxious.
Mr. Myers, no, I don't wish to go back. That man scares me. He threatens me with his wagon whip. I can't take an injury like that.
I'm not scared of no old son of a bitch who threatens a boy who didn't do nothing wrong. We're getting your money, David.
Okay. Okay. I'll go with you. But so long as you promise to keep me safe and not hurt him unless he plans to hurt us.
I'll keep you safe, but it seems to me he intends to hurt you, so I can't promise I won't hurt him first.
Thank you very much, Mr. Myers.
What did I tell you to call me?
Oh, sorry. Thank you very much, Henry.
Lights go down on David and Henry, going back the way David came. Blackout.
Yeah, no, that won't work either. Addison, can I get some lights and a copy of the script? Henry, come over here, babe.
David is confused again and stays on the wagon, looking at the discussion occurring.
All right, look, I'm making some changes here. I just think it'll flow better. I want to get your opinion on something. Do you think Henry's really needed here?
Oh, man, I do well with what's on the page. I don't really write anything of my own. I'm not really a creative type.
None of us are. We're just doing what you get paid to, right?
Mythos slaps Henry on the back.
Someone tell me what's going on now? I'm tired of being given the runaround by you, acting like everyone knows something but me. Henry, are you in on this? Do you know this person?
Jesus, he's dedicated.
Yes, Henry is needed here. He's helping me get my money back from that vile man. Now, if you don't mind, we have something to do.
No, I think we're going to cut the child abuse stuff. It just doesn't really go along with the plan. What do y'all think? Child abuse? No? No. That's not really fun to watch. No one likes to see that, right? Yeah, I thought not.
Cut?
Henry, I think we're going to give you another change. I know, I've changed you around a bunch, but that's the business, right? It's always a work in progress. We're going to have you come back as George, I'm thinking. Bring George in a little earlier.
Who's George? What's going on? Are you going to help me get back my money?
Jesus, kid, it's $7. Here, take it.
Mythos pulls out their wallet and grabs 7 modern dollars.
What?
Okay, so George Russell. Let's say his best friend since childhood. That sound good? Hey, Addison, can we get him in the George costume?
Got it. What kind of person do you want me to be?
I'm kind of thinking a 19th century bard, folk singer, write songs, etc. Maybe you write a few about Davy?
Do not call me that. My name is David, and I demand to know what's going on.
Oh, Jesus, I'm getting tired of this. Addison, can you send out the model again?
The king enters.
Great. All right. It's time for you to meet your friend, George.
Blackout. Lights up on one side of the stage. The king and George enter, each riding on horseback, around the age of 13. George holds a small flute, toying around with it. He starts to play the melody of the Ballad of Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
Now, George, will you stop that? I ain't no king.
Well, shoot, Davy, I'm just playing around, that's all.
George, we've been friends for years. You know me. I ain't about all that folksy stuff.
A gentle light comes up on David.
Well, of course, Davy, I'm just playing.
The boys continue writing. George continues humming.
Think about doing something more with your life?
Like what?
Making a name for yourself? Joining up with the militia? Something like that?
A militia? Like old Andy Jackson's?
Exactly. Like, what if we joined up with him? Helped him get rid of those creeks?
Well, goodness, Davy, I'd love to. We should go down there.
Well, then let's get everything together. I gotta go tell my pa. He'll need to know where I end up.
David storms out into the light.
Old damn it, kid. What the hell are you doing?
Putting an end to this dumb show. This isn't my life.
Who gives a shit, kid?
Well, to be quite honest, whoever you are with your vile language, I do.
Stop interrupting. Now. Otherwise, you will be replaced.
You can't replace me in my own life.
Dude, calm the hell down. It's just...
Don't you dare speak to me! I do not know you. It's clear that you are working with whoever this is. You are not Henry Myers, and you have no intention of helping me.
Don't touch him. Get back over here.
No! I don't know who you are, and I want to go back to my life. I'll even go back to that damn wagoner.
Kid, calm down. Hey.
Mythos gently puts an arm around David's shoulders.
Look, David. You want me to call you David, right? Not Davy? All right then. David it is. David, I don't really have time to explain everything it is that we're doing here, but it's all for your sake. I promise.
What do you mean for my sake?
What I mean is that I'm trying to improve your life. Your dad, he isn't abusive anymore. You never have to deal with that bastard wagoneer again. I want you to have a good life. No, a great life. A fantastic one. Now, why don't you go get some water and have a seat? Addison, let's get David a glass of water, please.
David is confused but goes over to sit down and greedily sips the water.
There we go. That's nice, right? It's imported. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and finish this scene later, but for now, let's just go to the militia, okay? You were planning to join up with Andrew Jackson's militia, right, David?
Well, I suppose it had crossed my mind once or twice, but I'm far from deciding on it. In gentle terms, I'm not General Jackson's biggest supporter.
Oh, trust me, none of us are. Let's go ahead and go to the militia, okay?
David nods and steps off stage. Blackout. Scene 3. Andy Jackson is our general's name. Lights up on David as he cleans his musket. George sits next to him doing the same. A fire crackles between them. Empty ration bags are scattered around, and both of them are filthy.
George, do you think I should try again to find some game?
I don't know, David. You know these here woods aren't exactly safe.
Yeah, but what happens if the red sticks come upon us while we're this hungry? We wouldn't put up a fight at all. Even just a rabbit's better than nothing.
Well, I suppose. But don't go telling Major Gibson unless you come back with something worth his time.
You think I plan to?
David walks off stage and the lights go down on George. David comes back on stage, but deeper in the forest. He is moving stealthily. He hears some wild hogs who have not yet detected him. He takes aim and fires at the nearest. The hogs begin to scream and charge, some towards David, some towards the way David came. None of them are visible, but David's dodging shows just how dangerous they are. He goes over to the one he shot and hoists it over his shoulder. As he does, he hears gunshots and hollering. A few hogs scream, then cheering. With a smile on his face, he begins to walk as fast as he can under the weight of the dead hog. He walks off stage. He comes back on stage to the campsite full of dead hogs, and George with a massive smile on his face.
Good Lord in heaven, David. Was that you who spooked all this pork onto our campground?
I think Major Gibson's gonna need to know about this one.
I don't care what the punishment is, as long as we're eating bacon.
Led by Mythos, John/Bowie/Stevenson enters holding a script.
Who here is responsible for all that racket?
It was me, Major Sir. I went out hunting for some game and stumbled upon a sounder of hogs.
Crockett, we are in enemy territory. Why in the good Lord's name did you think... Well, don't do it again. Or if you do, at least have the decency to be more quiet about it. Now, gather a few men and bring these hogs over to the cooks. General Jackson plans to be here tonight, and we will discuss the possibility of everyone traveling home for a few days to get fresh horses and clothes.
Thank goodness. 60 days in the same clothes. I feel downright filthy.
Me too. Plus, you'll get to see the missus, won't you?
Yes, but I'm getting a feeling that she doesn't want to see me. She wasn't exactly happy that I came to join up.
Come on, David. What did that old Roman say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, no, should I know?
Well, you went to school, didn't you? I guess you and I ain't reading the same stuff.
I can't read, George.
My goodness. You aren't joking, are you?
Never saw a purpose to it. But if the old Greek or whatever it is that, is that what he really did say that? Then maybe I am a little excited to see my wife again.
David and George begin to haul the hogs off stage. Lights down, then back up on an impromptu mess hall. David and George messily eat pork chops and bacon.
I'm not seeing a smile on any of their faces.
Me neither. Gibson looks damn near purple in the face.
We're not going home, are we, David?
We are if I have anything to say about it.
Andrew Jackson's voice comes over the god mic, with the lines delivered by the stage manager. Man, I regret to inform you that I will not allow you to return home. Our mission here is far too important to abandon, especially for something as trivial as clothes. You may resume your meal. I believe I hear talk of some abandonment. To ensure that this will not become a problem, I have set up a cannon on the bridge, and I have stationed several men behind it with explicit instructions to fire upon anyone who attempts to cross.
Come on, George.
But General Jackson said—
I don't care what Jackson said. It isn't his choice. We already stayed on for a month more than we volunteered for. Now get your stuff. We're crossing that bridge.
Okay.
David and George walk through the tables, and their footsteps are joined by the sound of many, many more. They walk in place, coming towards the bridge. They point their guns slowly and then lower them. They keep walking. Blackout.
All right, hold. Oh, what did everybody think? I thought that was great. Heroic. David, can you come out here, please? That's what we want, kid. Heroism, bravery, a little machismo, right? What did you all think?
I was just doing what was right.
Oh my God, I love it. Humble too? I don't think the scene needs any changes at all. I'm so sorry about the Gibson debacle. That was on me. I didn't make sure we had a Gibson. Thank you so much, John. Oh, can we get a round of applause for our lovely actors?
So, now what?
Well, what happens next?
Well, I'd like to go home to change my clothes and my horse, but then I do intend to return.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I think we may have to skip past the rest of that. Nothing against you or your home, but I think we've had enough Indian fighting, right?
The war isn't over.
Your part in it is, though. Imagine it was over. Where would you go next?
Well, I don't know. I suppose I would continue to work on my farm.
Yeah, that doesn't make for good content. Let's skip straight to the politics, shall we?
Politics? But, sir, I can't read.
You'll learn. Come on.
Mythos leads David off stage. Blackout. Scene 4. Beginning his campaign. David stands at a podium speaking to a crowd. A hand-painted sign is hung behind him, stating in large letters, Crockett for General Assembly.
I'd like to tell you a story. One about a fellow I heard of not so long ago. He was banging along on the head of an empty barrel on the side of the road when a traveler asked him, "Now, what in blazes are you doing that for?" The fellow, he told the traveler that just a few days before, there was some cider in this barrel, and he was trying to see if there was any now. He said if there was, he sure couldn't get to it. Right now, I remind myself of that fellow. There may have been a little bit of speech in me a while ago, but I believe I can't get it out.
Uproarious laughter from those who are watching.
Now, I'm going to be honest with everyone here. I did not come into this world craving a life of politics. To be perfectly truthful, I tried to refuse my candidacy when I was first told of it. Yeah, even after being shown my name in the newspaper, I only figured that I would attempt to make it worth the money of whatever mean old bastard tried to pull one on over me by nominating me. But now that I'm here, now that I see all of you sitting here, I understand that this ain't just a trick. You all have faith in me, and for that, I am grateful. I will make you all proud. I will make my state proud.
Cheers of Crockett, Crockett, Crockett erupt. David steps off the platform and shakes hands with two men, his political opponents. Ladies and gentlemen of the state of Tennessee, by a margin of 247 votes, your newest member of the General Assembly is David Crockett.
Thank you, my friends. I am truly honored by your support. Now, I have heard the news that old General Jackson has taken a seat on the Senate as a representative of our great state. I'm not ashamed to admit that I voted against General Jackson. I've worked under him before, and I will let it be known to all of you that I refuse to wear a collar denoting myself as Andrew Jackson's dog. I will not work towards the gratification of one man, but rather for the public interest of you, my friends, my countrymen. I suppose that on some day in the future, I may take Andrew Jackson's place in Congress. I do not know if that is my path in life, or if I shall serve you all for a few years and then take my leave to a farm to live out the rest of my years in peace. What I do know is that I will continue to serve as best as I can. Thank you.
Applause.
Love it. I mean it. Maybe cut out the part about Andrew Jackson.
Excuse me?
Andrew Jackson. Maybe don't talk about being his dog or whatever it was that you said.
But I will not be his dog. I work for the public. That is my responsibility.
I know. I get that. But I don't think we really need you making enemies here.
No, you keep mentioning need. We need this. We don't really need that. What does that mean? Who is this we that you keep on bringing up? Because whether or not you need me to mention my distaste for Senator Jackson, I need to mention it. He's a mean, vile, old, racist bastard. And I don't care if you disagree.
Well, it's not really up to you, is it, David?
It was my speech. My election. I won it of my own merit.
Bullshit, you did. You know that if I really wanted to, I could make you have no part in it whatsoever, right?
You can't change what already happened.
Oh, you want to test that theory? Run it again!
The podium is hastily brought back on stage. David begins to walk back towards it. Metho grabs him by the back of his shirt and pulls him back as the king walks onto the stage to the sound of thunderous applause.
Thank you, my friends. I'm sure you've all heard that a good friend of mine, General Andy Jackson, is on our United States Senate now. I've heard quite a bit of grumbling from some people claiming Andy Jackson, or I mean to say, Senator Jackson, is a racist. Now, I find that to be positively ridiculous. Senator Andy Jackson and I are agreed on the fact that it ain't about the Indians and what they do or don't deserve. It's about us, our people, and our expansion. Ever since freeing ourselves from the claws of the British, we've been growing and prospering. The Indians don't need all that land. There aren't so many of them that they need an entire continent. We aren't looking to start a war here. We're just looking to make some space for us and for our people. Is that really so terrible? Now, I don't want to be hearing any more calling Senator Jackson a racist. He's a good man. He's a war hero from our battles with those savage Creeks. If Senator Jackson were to advance through the ranks and be elected President of the United States, I'll tell you right now, he would have my vote. And I would hope that he would have all your votes as well.
Explosive cheering.
All right, hold. See,
That isn't how it happened.
now it is, pal. Like I said, it isn't up to you.
I won that election. I won it fair and square.
Sure you did, when I wanted you to. But that right there, that was an example of what happens when you get too high and mighty. I am in control here, so you can either cut that shit about Andrew Jackson, or I can find another folk hero. You understand? Good.
What is this? Who are you? Why is this happening?
Isn't it so much more fun to wait and find out? To put the pieces of the puzzle together yourself? You're a smart kid, David. Figure it out.
Please.
David grabs them by the shoulder. Mythos punches David in the face hard.
Don't you fucking touch me! I am in charge here. Me, not you. Never you. Do you understand?
David wipes blood from his mouth.
Seems to me that this is my life. Why do you think that you're deserving of control over me?
God, you're fucking dense. Do I need to run through your little election again? Huh, maybe this time I'll have someone spit on you? Is that what needs to happen for you to fucking get it? I do have control over you, Crockett. I have control over every little thing that happens to you. And if you don't start treading lightly, I have no problem with replacing you. Do I need to remind you who's here when you start getting too goddamn stubborn?
A spotlight comes up on the king, posed like a mannequin on top of a simple pedestal. Eyes closed, a wide smile.
I don't even know who that is. He's got nothing to do with me.
He has everything to do with you. And it isn't my goddamn fault that you haven't seen that yet. Now, we have work to do.
Mythos walks off furious. David spits blood onto the stage. A spotlight remains on the king, still in the pose. David curiously approaches. He attempts to move the king's arm, but the king remains solid, unmoving, never dropping his smile.
Who are you? What are you? Are you gonna sit here and give me some silent treatment?
David sinks to the floor.
I don't understand what's going on. Please, if you know something, tell me. By God, you're supposed to be me, aren't you? You're some crude imitation of me. But why? You will never be me. Understand? There is only one me in this world, and he's standing there before you. When you decide to be a man and speak for yourself, why don't you go ahead and tell that horrible, violent person that I'm not afraid of them and that you are not me?
David spits more blood onto the king's pedestal and walks off. Blackout. Scene 5. The Canebrake Congressman. Lights up on a stage set to resemble the House chamber of the U.S. Capitol building. John, who is now Andrew Stevenson, Speaker of the House, sits at a desk in the middle of the stage.
Gentlemen, we are here today to vote on President Jackson's Public Law 21-148, more colloquially known as the Indian Removal Act. This will allow the government of the United States to enter into negotiations with the Indian tribes of the South, leading to white settlement of Indian lands while removing the Indians to protected territory of the west of Mississippi River. As we all know, this will allow for the fulfillment of our destiny, the expansion of our culture, of our fine country. Now, as it appears that we are all present and accounted for, why don't we get the vote underway so that we may pass it on to President Jackson's desk and get on with our days?
The chamber laughs.
The representative from the state of Alabama?
Yay.
3-0.
Connecticut?
Nay.
3-6.
Delaware?
Yay.
3-7.
Georgia?
Yay.
10-7.
Illinois?
Nay.
10-8.
Indiana?
2 for yay, 1 for nay.
12-19.
Kentucky?
8 for yay, 4 for nay.
20-13.
Louisiana?
1 for yay, 1 for nay, 1 abstaining.
21-14.
Maine?
2 for yay, 3 for nay, 1 abstaining.
23-17.
Maryland?
5 for yay, 3 for nay, 1 abstaining.
28-20.
Massachusetts?
1 for yay, 12 for nay.
29-32.
Mississippi?
Yay.
30-32.
Missouri?
Yay.
31-32.
New Hampshire?
Yay.
37-32.
New Jersey?
Nay.
37-38.
New York?
16 for yay, 15 for nay, 2 abstaining.
53-53.
North Carolina?
8 for yay, 5 for nay.
61-58.
Ohio?
2 for yay, 11 for nay.
63-69.
Pennsylvania?
6 for yay, 15 for nay, 5 abstaining.
69-87.
Rhode Island?
Nay.
69-87.
South Carolina?
Yay.
78-86.
Tennessee?
Yay.
On this, the king barges through the door and marches through the audience down to the stage. He wears his buckskin outfit, complete with the cap. He storms over to the other representatives from Tennessee as he speaks.
Is this how you run a Congress? By sending one of your most vocal dissenters on a God-forsaken wild goose chase. I would like to let you, this Congress of the United States, know where I have been. I'm sure that Speaker Stevenson told you all that everyone was here, while conveniently forgetting that just a few days ago, he had sent me off on a speaking tour. I accepted because I wanted to make sure that all our citizens were spoken for. And I received notice that you all were planning to vote on this Indian Removal Act without me. Now, I hold no ill will toward old Andy Jackson. I fought under him many a year ago, and I will forever hold respect in my heart towards him. Hell, he even convinced me to run for this position. I do not blame him for this law, as he was led to believe this was the only option. But this is not our only option. We can live alongside these Indians. I've met some of them before, and yes, they are savage, but they can learn. They can learn our ways. They can learn to live with us. We do not need to force them out of their lands in order to feed our own desires to expand. What we need to focus on is sending troops to Texas to help our other Americans. An army, that would allow them to wrest control of their land away from the Mexicans. This is where our focus should be. For this Indian bill, I vote nay.
8 for yay, 1 for nay.
86-87.
Vermont?
Nay.
86-92.
Virginia?
15 for yay, 5 for nay, 1 abstaining.
101-97. The final vote. The bill goes to Andrew Jackson. The king slams his fist down on his desk.
I'm sorry, Representative Crockett. I did not mean to mislead you, but you clearly had an emotional attachment to this. Mr. Norton requested that you not be here when we voted.
The king stands up and begins to storm towards Stevenson. He grabs the bill and rips it in half. A gasp fills the chamber. Silence. The king drops the halves of the bill.
You may all go to hell, and I will go to Texas. I resign from my post, effective immediately.
The king storms out the way he came in. Lights go down. As the king exits, David comes on stage.
What is this?
Mythos comes on stage and waves at the stage manager to get the work lights on.
Congress.
Why was I not told?
Because I knew you'd cause trouble. Your whole thing about Andrew Jackson and being his dog. I knew that you would throw a fit about the Indian Removal Act and pin the blame on him, so I brought in the other guy. Wasn't that nice and heroic? Storming in, ripping up the bill? That's pretty badass, right?
But that was Jackson. It was all Jackson. Why on earth would I refuse to blame him for something he promised in the State of the Union speech? This never happened. This never would happen.
Told you.
He's a horrible, racist man.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But what's more interesting to watch, Crockett? A pissed off representative in a suit just sitting there and being another one of the 97 votes against the bill? Or a heroic man who storms in dramatically, yells for justice, and tears up the bill? You, a man who pisses off his voters enough that he gets his ass kicked in a landslide? Or him, a man who decides his own fate?
To be quite honest, I believe that being true to myself is better than being dramatic. You can criticize my way of doing things all you like, but I know who I am, and I know what I've done. I'm writing a book about myself, you know?
You think anyone's going to read the autobiography of some hick from Tennessee? Let's see. Did you know that he wrote a book? What's it about? Did you know that it ends before it's even relevant? Yeah, it ends before he even joins Congress. What a loser, right? That's lame. That's boring.
I happen to think my life has been pretty interesting.
Oh, really? Then why have I made so many changes? Why is it that what really happened doesn't matter?
Because you're a stubborn person who insists on being in control.
I know entertainment. I know what makes a good story. I make a good story, not you.
So because you have some deluded belief that you know my own life better than I do, you're going to change it.
Look at all of them, all those people. Haven't you been hearing what they have to say? They don't like to watch the child abuse, how they love to watch the bravery and the heroism. Those are my choices, not yours. They are entertained by me, by my version of you, my version of your story.
I don't care about them.
Did you all hear that? He doesn't care about you. I care about you. I want you to be entertained. He doesn't care at all. How awful.
Those people, whoever they may be, they have no bearing on who I am.
Oh, but don't you see? They do. You know what? Let's do it your way, David. Why don't we show them your little book? Why don't we see if they appreciate it?
All right. Why don't we?
Yeah, let's go on a book tour. This is going to be so funny. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's entertaining. Don't leave your seats.
Blackout. Scene 6, the book tour. Lights up on David reading from a leather-bound book, a narrative of the life of David Crockett of the state of Tennessee.
You will find me standing up to my rack as the people's faithful representative and the public's most obedient, very humble servant, David Crockett.
The stage manager plays an audio cue of light applause.
Oh, geez, wasn't that just spectacular, everybody? Oh, wasn't that just so entertaining? Don't you all enjoy watching a congressman read?
I may not understand everything you have said since disrupting my life, but trust me when I say that I do not appreciate your tone of sarcasm.
Ooh, sarcasm. That's a big word for you, isn't it?
You seem to misunderstand me. You seem to be under some sort of impression that I am simple, that I am undeserving of my position, that I am nothing but a farm boy.
Oh, trust me, you are far from the stupidest person to ever be in the American government.
I don't know who you are, and I don't know what it is you're doing here, but I'm done. Do you understand?
Oh, no. Did you hear that? He's done.
I am done with your snide remarks. I am done with your disrespect. I'm done with your changing of my narrative. I plan to go about the rest of my life without your presence.
Oh, yeah, I see. You're a big, strong man standing up to the forces of evil. Oh, standing up to me who wants nothing but trouble for you. I'm not trying to enhance your story. I'm not trying to make you a hero. No, I'm just a big old meanie.
Don't think I don't see what you're doing here. Don't think I'm ignorant to your scheme. I know what you expect to accomplish. I don't know, what you expect to accomplish, but I do know that these people are fueling your ideas in some way. I don't know who you all are or why you seem to be in support of this person, but these things that they are doing are dangerous, and they're violating my story and my life. Please, just allow me to go about my life.
No. You are not talking to them. You talk to me. I talk to them. You do not get to talk to them. You do not get to tell them anything. Do not try that again.
I don't know what you want with me. What any of you want with me? I'm just a man.
No, you're not. Don't you get it? Addison, can you send him out? David, do you know who this is?
Well, honestly, he seems to be some crude imitation of me.
Why don't you go ahead and tell our friend who you are?
Why, I'm Davy Crockett, the king of the wild frontier. I'm heading on over to the great state of Texas to help out old William Travis and Jim Bowie take back the Alamo from those damn Mexicans. I ain't no hero. I'm just a simple man from the wild woods of Tennessee, raised by a great man to be a frontiersman, to explore the great lands of the United States of America and ensure our ability to grow and prosper.
Oh, now, isn't that incredible? I didn't tell him to say any of that. That's all him. Davy, how do you feel about this whole book tour thing?
Well, now, I ain't a scholar. How in the blazes am I to write a book? I can't hardly read.
What? No! What purpose does this fool serve?
To make sure everyone remembers you, David. That's all. I'm on your side. I'm in your corner. All I want is for everyone to remember your name.
But this isn't me. This idiot is a caricature. He's fictitious.
But does that really matter, David?
What do you mean? Of course that Are you trying to tell me that I don't matter?
Well, David, buddy, I'm trying to tell you that you do matter. And with my help, you're gonna matter forever. Look, pal, this is all for you. I promise. I swear that to you. All those people out there, they all know this guy. I want to make sure that they remember your name, that they never forget it. They'll sing songs about you, tell stories. You'll go down as a legend. Does it really matter if they know every single little detail, if they know you? If they know the amazing things that you've done? Does it really matter whether they call you David or Davy?
Well, I suppose not, but why can't it be me? Why must it be this other man?
Well, Bud, that's because you've been fighting against me. How am I supposed to make sure everyone knows who you are if you keep telling me that I'm doing it wrong? He's nothing, man. He's a stand-in for you. That's all.
I can be better.
I don't need you to be better. Hell, I don't want you to be better. I want you to keep being you. Just keep doing your thing. What's next on your agenda?
Well, I've heard rumors that I'm being voted out.
What? Well, why on earth would that ever happen? I thought the people of Tennessee loved you.
Well, so did I. I suppose I made one too many comments about Andrew Jackson, or maybe some of them didn't like that I was defending the Indians, or that I wasn't the biggest supporter of the U.S. Military Academy.
That's awful, David. But hey, didn't I tell you? You didn't need to make an enemy of Andrew Jackson. He's a powerful man, and he has a lot of supporters. Getting on his bad side means losing a chunk of that vote.
I suppose that... Yes, you're right. As much as I hate to say it, I probably should have kept my opinions about Jackson to myself.
Hey, I'm not going to brag about it. We win some, we lose some, right? So what's next, if you're not going back to Tennessee?
Well, I heard tell that they really do need help down in Texas, just like he said. I was thinking I might go there.
Well, that's great. I'll tell you what, why don't we meet you down there? Then I will make sure that from now on, your heroic deeds make it to where no one ever thinks of the Alamo without thinking of you. Doesn't that sound nice?
Why, it does.
Great. Go get everything wrapped up at home and meet us there. So, you know what you're doing?
Why, I'm going to Texas, just like I said.
Good man. This'll be interesting. Remember, you know how this ends. You know what you have to do. Don't let anything get in your way. Understand?
Indeed, I do.
Good. Go on. Let's get the Alamo set in here.
Blackout. Scene 7. To the Texas plains he just had to go. Lights up on the Alamo. It should be in better condition than we typically see it displayed in. Slightly crumbling in some places, missing a roof, but it's a beautiful chapel, a marvel of Mexican engineering. Now it serves as a base for a small regiment of the Texian army, led by Jim Bowie. Cannons are laid along the walls. Bowie lays in a cot in the middle of the stage, confined to his bed, his eyes closed. The king and George enter with men that we can't see, but from the sound of it, he's brought many. He dismisses them, but then they kneel by Bowie's cot.
Colonel, can you hear me?
I had my men open the doors, didn't I? Who are you?
My name's Crockett, sir. Davy Crockett.
Crockett? From Tennessee? What in the hell are you doing here?
Why, defending our fellow Americans, of course.
Thank you, Davy. Though, if I may confide you, we aren't doing well here.
No Mexicans have gotten in here quite yet, and I'm here to make damn well sure that none do.
Thank you, son, truly. As I'm sure you can see, I'm not feeling my best self currently, and I could use some help.
Anything, Colonel.
I'm laid out in a cot, Crockett. I ain't no colonel, I'm Jim. Call me Jim.
Bowie reaches out his hand to shake.
My apologies. Probably shouldn't shake anyone's hand anyhow. Don't want to lay out anyone else.
Why don't I let you rest? Jim, I'll get everything together.
Thank you.
The king walks off towards his men, then he and George face upstage and confer. David enters with his own group of men, but by the sound of it, there are much, much fewer. He does the same as the king, kneels by Bowie's bed.
Colonel Bowie, sir. David Crockett, with as many men as I can muster from Tennessee.
As many as you could? Sure, seems like you didn't try very hard. 30? That's all you could bring me?
I apologize, Colonel, sir. I wasn't too well liked among my fellow Tennesseans after butting heads with President Jackson.
Yes, well, I'm not any sort of a fan of Jackson either. I apologize, son. If you can't tell, I'm not feeling my best self. I tend to bark at others when I feel poorly.
I understand, sir.
Look around, David. How formal do you think this whole ordeal is? You really think you need to come in here with sirs and colonel and such? Call me Jim.
Got it. Jim.
Well, 30 men are better than none at all. If you can't tell, we're up Schitt's Creek here. Very few supplies, even fewer men. Our only hope is that our father protects his hallowed grounds.
Is there anything I can do to protect us? I can have my men work on fortifying the walls.
No, you're no engineer. Neither are we, if you can't tell.
Why don't you rest, Jim? I'll get my men settled in.
Thank you, David.
Bowie closes his eyes. David begins to walk upstage with his men. He notices the king. One side is David's, one side is the king's. The king addresses his men.
Men, we have all come quite a way from home. Let's help out our fellow soldiers here and get home before supper, shall we?
The king's men cheer.
I've spoken to Colonel James Bowie, the leader of this regiment, and we seem to have come just in time. Colonel Bowie is sick. We are low on rations, and General Lopez de Santa Anna is beating down our doors. Now, it may not look particularly sunny over here, but I feel that I should remind you all that we came here knowing the state of things. I have confidence in all of you that we will soon see our families coming down here to join us. And when we have sent Santa Anna and his men running back home with their tails between their legs, we and everyone else in this chapel will no longer be Americans. We will be Texans. Our families coming to join us will be Texans. Now let's get set up and kick some ass, gentlemen.
David's men cheer. The king and George come back to speak to Bowie.
Jim, my friend here, George, feels confident that he can rustle up some supplies for us.
Yes, sir, I do. We all know that the Mexicans have nothing on the creeks when it comes to keeping their territory safe, and Davy here and I snuck through creek territory damn near daily.
How do you intend to get the supplies back safe?
I'll bring my horse. He's well trained and can be quiet when he needs to. I have some soft saddlebags. They don't make any noise at all. And I can load them up with empty canteens to fill up out there. If I can make it to the river, I can at the very least bring us back some water.
Crockett, do you think he can do it?
If anyone can, he can, Jim. I've known George for all my life.
If Crockett can trust you, so can I. Be safe, George. Don't get yourself killed out there.
John runs through the king's side of the camp, collecting empty canteens. When he collects them all, he sneaks out of the gate. The king helps George collect canteens. As they do this, David comes to Bowie and kneels.
Jim, we're having a bit of a morale trouble here. I'm hearing some grumbling from my men. They're already wanting to go home. I think they hold something against you for getting sick, and they hold something against me for forcing them to follow a man who's bedridden.
Bedridden, I'll show him bedridden.
Bowie moves slowly, carefully swinging his legs over the edge of his cot, and he begins to stand. David reaches out an arm to help, which Bowie slaps away. As he stands fully, he collapses to the ground.
Don't touch me. I refuse to need somebody's help to stand on my own 2 feet.
Bowie pushes himself back up, using the cot to help. David reaches over for a stick to act as a makeshift cane, which Bowie takes.
Thank you. Men, I hear from former Representative Crockett here that I have some talk of immunity, calling me a cripple, calling me bedridden, a few steps from death, calling Mr. Crockett a fool, an imbecile, suicidal, all because I dared to get sick. But look at me now, men, standing, just like any of you. Now, I have told Mr. Crockett that he does not need to call me Colonel, as we're all friends here. but unfortunately, none of you seem to have earned that right. So from now on, if any of you is to refer to me, you will call me Colonel Bowie. Do you understand? I will not have any more talks of desertion, of going back home. Sorry to say this is your home now. There are only two ways that we will be living this chapel. One is with Santa Anna's head on a spike, and the other is in a coffin. You knew this when you signed up. Now conserve your energy. We don't have much food or water. And if you're using your body's precious water to hurl epithets at me or Mr. Crockett, then you might as well be put out as live bait so we don't waste any more resources on you. Now shut your damn mouths and rest.
Bowie walks back over to his cot and collapses on it.
I haven't spoken like that in a while.
Rest. Rest, Jim. You're sick.
Bowie closes his eyes. David goes back to his side and sits against a wall, closing his eyes. Several days pass, which can be shown with rapid sunrises and sunsets.
It's George.
Open those doors, men. Our salvation is here.
The doors open and George comes in, wielding one empty saddlebag and one full of canteens. He dumps them out and they all clatter to the ground. Empty.
I'm so sorry, Jim.
What the hell happened, George?
Santa Anna happened. His men were posted everywhere. We underestimated him.
So you weren't able to get anything?
No, sir, I wasn't. He had men patrolling up and down the river. He had men going through the forest. I'm lucky I didn't get killed.
I'm glad you're okay. Well, I suppose we knew this would come eventually, but we're going to have to take a stand.
What do you mean?
I mean that we'll go Santa Anna into a fight and hope to God that fighting from within a fortified building is enough to keep us alive.
I understand.
Cannon shots from outside the Alamo.
Shit! Battle positions!
Bowie, the king, and George all pick up their weapons and ready themselves for battle. David comes onto the king's side, attempting to wrestle the king's gun from him.
No! No more! This is my life! You're nothing!
Mythos comes on stage and drags David away. The action on the king's side of the stage continues under all of the following action.
Damn it, shut up and sit down! Now, I tolerated your shit because I thought it could have been interesting, but you know what? You are no longer interesting. So you're fired. Goodbye. Get out.
This is my life.
David swings at Mythos and misses. Mythos then punches David hard. Really, really hard.
You're done.
I am not done until I say that I am done. I am here to fight.
You really think that you die in a fight? No, David. You die in your sleep. Santa Anna and his men catch you with your goddamn pants down and it's a slaughter.
What?
You die like a fucking coward. Santa Anna tricks you and you fall asleep and he and his men storm in and fucking kill you and all the rest.
How do you know this?
Jesus Christ, you really don't get it?
Mythos punches David again, knocking him to the ground.
You keep saying that he isn't you, but that's the funny part. He is. He is you. He's everything that people want you to be. You don't exist. He does. And you want to know who I am?
Mythos kicks David in the side.
I'm Mythos, baby. The American dream. Manifest destiny. I'm John Henry, Paul Bunyan. I am Johnny fucking Appleseed. And soon I'll be Davy Crockett too. I'm making you into what I want you to be just to figure out how easy it is.
What?
I'm trying to see just how much I can control the past. And if I can make some inconsequential hick from Tennessee into a goddamn hero, one who is single-handedly responsible for saving Texas, then what can't I do? This is a stepping stone. You, David, are nothing but a stepping stone. You were so pitifully, pathetically easy to manipulate. And because of that, I can change the course of history. You were only a test of what I could do.
I don't.
Oh, you don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. We all know that you don't understand. It isn't anyone else's fucking fault that you were too dense to get it. So you know what? You're done here, and it's his time now.
The king's side is not going well. Bowie is dead. George is dead. The king is the only remaining fighter, and he is fighting like a champion, a hero, the king of the wild frontier.
Your time is over, pal. You will be forgotten. He will be remembered.
Mythos kicks David in the side again. Then again. Then again. David coughs up blood.
What? What? You all know why you're here, huh? You all know why you know him. You're the ones who told me that you wanted to cut all of this shit. Don't act like you don't want this, huh? Don't act all fucking horrified. What? Don't act like you didn't encourage this. I changed all of this to please you.
Kick. David has stopped responding. The king goes down fighting. He falls.
You all want him. You all want Fess Parker. You want the song. You want the folk hero. You don't want the politician. Everyone loves myth. You all fucking asked for this. So don't act like it's so surprising that I gave you what you asked for.
One last kick. The king's body is on the opposite side of the stage. One spotlight on the king. Black. Scene 8. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Spotlight comes back on the king's body, but other lights come up everywhere else, just enough that we can see David's body. This is just outside of the Alamo. A round metal pedestal is center stage with an epigraph next to it. Projected on the downstage wall is Davy Crockett, 1786 to 1836. Stagehands come on stage, beginning to strike the set. They begin to walk towards the king's body. Some step over David, some step around, some step on him, but they never acknowledge him. They lift the king delicately, rifle in hand. They bring the king over to the pedestal and stand him on it. He stands like a posable mannequin.
His land is the biggest, and his land is the best. From grassy plains to the mountain crest, he's ahead of us all, meeting the test, following his legend into the west. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Remember the Alamo.
Blackout. End of play.